So in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about your urban plan assignments. So for this activity, for these lessons, you have until Wednesday, April 7th. So I'm giving you some time to work on them, and I expect you to take your time. Please don't rush through these assignments because they're really important. So let me show you how to access the assignments for this week. So you want to go to Teams first. You should already have a sense of how to get to Microsoft Teams at this point. You go to your economics class. So if you're in economics period 6, you click on that. If you're on economics period 8, you click on this. And you are going to go to your assignments tab. So there are a few assignments. In this video, I'm just going to briefly give you the rundown. I might make separate videos where I explain how to do those assignments, but you have to look out for them. Okay, so I want to go to the assignment guide. That's the first place that I'm going to go. So I see Urban Plan Assignment Guide, March 30th, April 7th. I'm going to click on that box. Then I'm going to click on the link here. And now I see some instructions. Okay, so it says Urban Plan Guide from March 30th to April 7th. Urban Plan assignments. So due April 7th. So I wrote a little message. It says, "Hi everyone, this week we are working on 5 assignments for Urban Plan. Please read the guide below. Here's a video guide to help you." So I will post this video here. Okay, so step 1, you have to identify new vocabulary, complete the words we use to describe Community's worksheet. Okay, then for step 2, you're practicing your vocabulary on Quizlet. And then you'll click here to practice this week's vocabulary. It's really important that you join Quizlet because you get to keep track of all your progress. So I know a lot of you have just been clicking on this link and you're practicing there. That's not enough. It's really good for you to keep track of how well you're retaining and how well you're remembering vocabulary. Then you have your personal dictionary, and I will probably just go into that very briefly in this assignment, in this video. Then you have describe your ideal neighborhood. Okay, so that's also another worksheet that you have to complete. I'm just putting quotations around the worksheet titles. And then here it says compare different types of real estate. So you're going to read the different types of real estate handout and then complete the worksheet. This is all in one. I also provided a PowerPoint where you can look at the PowerPoint while you're completing the document, and I'll explain that in detail in a little bit. Okay, so let's go to the first assignment. So I'm just going to close this because this is just a guide. You don't have to turn in this this handout, but you do have to turn in some of the other assignments. Okay, you do have to turn in the identify new vocabulary. You don't have to turn in Quizlet. You do have to turn in your personal dictionary. You do have to turn in your describe your ideal neighborhood. You do have to turn in the compare different types of real estate. Okay, all right, so let's go there now. Okay. So let's start off with the first one. I forgot what the first one was again. That's why it's good to go back to this guide. Okay. The first one, identify new vocabulary. So I need to go back to, I'm just going to cancel, words used to describe communities. So I'm going to click on that file. Okay. Some of you have seen this worksheet before. You probably have this worksheet in your home, or I gave it to you before we left. If you still have it and you did it, perfect. If you did it and you gave it to me before we left school, I remember who you are, but don't try to pretend like you did it even though you didn't do it, okay? If you have already done the worksheet, great, but I'm asking you to do a little more, okay? Here's what I want you to do. You have some words here. I want you to try your best to translate these words, okay? So I want you to try your best to translate these words. So there are a couple of things that you can do. If you're able to write the translation here, that's fine. But an easier tool for you would be to go to Google Translate and copy the translation. So for example, I have the word abandon, right? Abandon. I don't know why I tried to highlight that. So I'm going to open up an internet browser and I'm going to go to Google. I'm already on Google, but if you're not on Google, you got to get on Google, google.com. And then once you're there, you will type the word translate. All right, so let's say I want to translate this word abandon to Spanish, right? Make sure English is first so that it's easier to translate. Okay, so abandoned. Okay, so I have abandoned here and I see the Spanish word. Okay, so I'm going to highlight it. Then I'm going to go back to my document. I will paste it here. So what I did, oh no. Okay, so it wants me to use shortcut keys on the keyboard. Okay, so I'm gonna try to paste it again so you see that message. Okay, so your browser can access the clipboard, so use these shortcuts. So I want to paste this text. So I'm going to hold down Command, it might be Control on your keyboard, and the letter V at the same time. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put the cursor underneath the word abandon and then hold down Control V. Okay, so it worked. Let's say I want to translate it to something that doesn't, a language that doesn't have the same letters, a language that uses characters. Let's do it with the easiest one, maybe Arabic. Okay, so I see the word abandon here, and then this is according to Google Translate, this is the translation. It may be wrong. You might know something better than me. Better than Google Translate, not better than me. So I'm going to highlight this word. I'm going to right click it, hit copy. My cursor is already there. I'm going to right click it. It's going to give me the error message again, but it's good to see the error message so you know what you have to do. So I'm going to remember that I have to hold down either Command V or Control V for your laptops. Okay, so I will hold those keys down and it pasted it, right? I also want you to insert a picture, right? So you have seen the video that I made on inserting pictures into Word documents. If you need help with that, I can post that for you in the feed, okay? So you will insert a picture here that represents a bandit. So I'm going to do that just to give you an example of what I want you to do. So I'm going to go to Insert Picture, from File, choose File, and it's spinning. So I have pictures that I got from the internet. Again, if you're looking for pictures please watch the video on how to insert pictures into a Word doc. So I'm looking for a picture that shows abandoned, and I have one, but I need to find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I did this yesterday. Okay, let me go back. It's somewhere. Let me see. I'm just looking for the picture. Just bear with me. You know what? Let me type in the word abandon. And it might show up on my computer. How are you doing today while this loads? I hope everything's going well. Miss you. This is not cooperating with me, so let me try another route. So we're going to go back to picture, go to from online. You can easily type in the word abandon here. Let's see if it has a picture of something abandoned, and it does. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to select that picture. I'm going to insert. So it's inserting the image. I can resize it. I can make it as big or as small as I want, but I will say probably make it small so it fits in and looks cute, because we want our work to look cute so that if we need to review it, we can review it easily. Okay, so now this is what you're expected to do for all of these words. You translate and then you insert your picture. Okay, so I'm going to close out of this. Actually, let me delete this because, well, actually, no, I'll do that later. So I'm going to close out of this. I'll fix that later. So now, according to the guide, the second thing I need to do is go to Quizlet. So in order to go to Quizlet, I need to go back to my guide. Okay, so I'm going back to my guide. And what might be really helpful, I might try to do everything in this video, and then I will add some timestamps so you'll know at what time you should watch the video to get information about, let's say, step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, so I'm at step 2. I want to practice this week's vocabulary, right? So you click here. Click here to practice this week's vocabulary. And here it is. So this is my account, but I'm going to urge you to create your own account in Quizlet. I have a link on that if you need help on how to do that. So there's several activities where you can practice all of these words. Please watch that video on how to join and access Quizlet that I've made. Okay, so I'm going to come out of this. That's your step 2. Step 3 is your personal dictionary. Okay, so we need to get out of here and I'm going to hit cancel. Urban Plan Personal Dictionary. I'm going to click on this file. Okay. All right. So here is your personal dictionary, right? So let's read the instructions. Urban Plan Personal Dictionary. You will add words that are unfamiliar or words that we focus on. At the end of this project, these words will be collected. You will have more than 15 words at the end of the project. You will have to update this each week. So for week 1, I want you to try to fill this out with as many words as you can. I'm not going to force you to do 15 words, but try to fill it in with as many words as you can. So these are words that you don't know, that you're unfamiliar with, okay? So I am going to come back to this a little later on, but here's what you write the word. You write the word that you don't know. You write the translation, you write the synonyms, the picture, you insert a picture here, and you write a sentence, okay? You do not have to do all 15 words. Just do as many as you can, okay? I know a lot of you have a lot of responsibilities. This is not an easy time, so I'm not trying to burden you with a lot of work, okay? Let me give you a secret. There are no late assignments. Okay, so I'm going to come out of that, and I might come back to that later on. Okay, and now let's go back to the guide. So Urban Plan Guide for March 30th, April 7th, you already know. Okay, so now we've done, so far we've done, we looked at 3 steps. Now we need to go to step 4. Describe your ideal neighborhood. And we need to complete our urban plan worksheet. Okay? So we are going to close out of this. And I see the urban plan, my ideal neighborhood sheet is here. The handout is here. Okay? And okay, so here's my worksheet. Urban plan, my ideal neighborhood. Translate the word below in your home language and write a definition in English. So you are going to insert your translation here. So if you go back to the beginning of this video, you will see one way that you can translate a word and then copy and paste it here, okay? Then I want you to write a definition in English. Please do not use Google for the definition on the computer. Use this Google, okay? Here is what I want you to focus on for this section, and it's really important. An ideal neighborhood. So think about the wants and needs of your ideal neighborhood. So that's a neighborhood that you really want to live in. You're going to list them below. So you will type what you would want in an ideal neighborhood, and then you will type what you would need in your ideal neighborhood. Then I want you to write a sentence about what you want. So you can use all the information you use here to write the sentences. Okay? Same thing with needs. Use the information you typed here to write the sentences here. Okay? Then when you get to the bottom, I want you to create a collage of your ideal community. Okay, so what do I mean by collage? If I don't know what a collage is, I'm going to go to Google and type in the word collage. No, not collagen. Oh my god. My computer is very slow today. I apologize. Not collagen. Collage. Okay. So if I'm not sure what a collage is, I go to Google, I type in the word collage, and then I click on the word images. And then you have examples of collages, okay? You do not have to put in this many pictures. Oh my goodness. Just a few. Probably 4, 5, 6. If you want to do 10, if you're generous or have nothing else to do. But really, please don't go overboard, okay? So this is the Urban Plan 1 My Neighborhood worksheet. So now I'm going to get out of here, and then I need to go back to my guide. So I'm clicking on the guide, and the last thing that I need to do is so I did step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, quick note about step 3 and 4, right? Let me go back. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let me go back. So in your documents, you're going to come across words that you don't know. I want you to add those words to your personal dictionary. Um, but then there are also words that I want you to focus on. And you might see this symbol here, right? It says A to Z personal dictionary. I want you to add that word to your personal dictionary. So the word is ideal. After you translated it and defined it, I want you to close this out and then go back to your personal dictionary, open it, and you'll type that word here. Okay, so you'll type that word here, you'll translate it, you'll write synonyms, as many as you want. One is fine. If you want to do more than one, more power to you. Pictures, and then a sentence. Okay, so you will type the words here. So I'm not going to tell you which words, I'm not always going to tell you which words to add to your personal dictionary. You will come across words that you don't know. So it's really hard for me to tell you to add every single word, okay? So I want you to decide which words you need to focus on. Okay, so urban plan assignment guide, March 30th, April to April 7th. Okay, so I'm going back to that guide. And now, this is the last step. We are going to go to step 5. So you are going to compare different types of real estate. So you have a handout and the worksheet, and they're all one document, just one. Okay. So I'm going to close this. Come on. And I'm going to click on the different types of real estate file. Okay. So make sure you pay attention to this, because I feel like someone's going to say, I don't understand what to do. Why do we have so many files? Just try your best to listen. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. But this is really important. So in order to do this, I need to click on this file. I'm going to explain that there are two ways that you can do this. Okay. All right. So we have different types of real estate gallery walk. Look at the pictures, describe the real estate using adjectives. After you've read about each type of real estate, complete the costs and benefits chart. So the first picture we have up is apartments. Okay? So I need to read this text. If I want to do this assignment, I have to read the text, and then I need to complete this information here. So here I need to describe apartments. How am I going to describe apartments? I'm going to use the words we use to describe communities, right? So if you're not sure, you can go back to that file. I'm just going to pull it up again. just in case. Let me see if I can put it up here. People are pinging me today. No. So, you know what? That's not going to work. I lied. Okay. Oops. Okay. Describe how these apartments look. Okay. Okay. I can describe them. The apartments are charming, cozy, and tall. If you have other words that you want to add, you can add them. Okay, so now I need to figure out what are the costs and the benefits for these apartments. So if I want to look for the costs, I need to look for the bad things. Okay, so cons is another word. So I'm going to look at cons. You can read this text here and then in your own words the cost. You don't have to write in complete sentences because that's going to take up a lot of time. That's the cost here. Now I want to write about the benefits. I am going to look for the pros. I'm going to read this text here and then listen here. Okay? If you're having a hard time reading the text, you can use Immersive Reader. But I think in a later video, I'm going to actually have to read aloud the different parts of the text to you if you're struggling with it. So once you've completed this section, you have to move on to the next, right? So there's several. This is a long document. So you have apartments, luxury apartments, townhouses, condos, retail, and okay? So let's say I don't want to read this text here or it's hard to understand. I can open up this document and that says different types of real estate part 1, and I will read it here when it loads. You know, time is money and it's taking forever. Okay, so it's starting to load. So different types of real estate. So I have apartments here. If I need more time to read it, I can read it here. Unfortunately, this does not work. I don't know why. I spent a lot of time yesterday inserting my voice. What I might do is just create a separate video with these slides and me reading it. But yeah, so if you want to read this first before you do it in the document, you should do that, okay? So I'm going to close out of that. You don't have to do anything. The first document I think has apartments, luxury apartments, and condos. The second one has townhouses, real estate, retail, and community space. Okay, so these are all the assignments that you have to do between now and next Tuesday. But please remember what I said. If you caught what I said, there are no late assignments. So try your best to get them done. If you feel like you don't have enough time to get it done this week and next week, I can work with you. But I will be posting more assignments so you don't want to fall behind. Okay? If you check Pupil Path, I have been entering grades. Don't submit something, I do have to put an M. So you'll see an M, assignment is missing. You do have time to make up all the work, but you need to make sure you're submitting the assignments in a timely manner so it doesn't seem so oppressive, because look at all the work that we've done so far. And you don't want to have to wait until the end of the marking period to do everything, because that would drive me crazy, and it might drive you crazy. So I hope this helped you. I want to encourage you to take advantage of this time to definitely do your assignments, but then also take a break from your computers. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be on your computers every single day. So just make sure that you're doing something for yourself. I hope you're doing well. I hope this was clear, and see you soon. But if not, have a good day.